The last time is now, and I have decided to create my own last time is now tournament to decide who faces John Cena in his final match. We will see some legends from John Cena's history battle it out in a randomized tournament, decide who gets to face Cena in his last match. First up, we have Edge returning from AEW against the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. This is the beginning of the tournament here. Our first match, as mentioned, is the Rated R superstar Edge going up against the Olympic gold medalist Kurt Angle. Of course, they both have storied histories through John Cena's career. Edge having a huge rivalry basically between like 2005 and 6 or whatever, trading the WWE title back and forth, and Kurt Angle obviously not dabbling too much with John Cena for the career, but definitely introducing him on that episode of SmackDown all the way back when, as you may have surmised, this is in fact a ambulance match as well. So not even just a simple tournament here. This tournament rules are randomized. Every single match is going to have randomized rules. And as you can see here, our first match is the grueling ambulance match. The ambulance doors are now open. We already have our first attempt at getting someone inside of the ambulance. Edge tried to get Kurt into the ambulance but failed because Kurt was able to fight back. And here we see, oh, never mind. I thought Kurt was going to try and put Edge into the ambulance, but no, taking the action back into the ring. Kurt saying, nah, we're closing the door. Now is not the time for this match to end. Kurt Angle laying on the offense here on Edge, closing that ambulance door and following up with an Angle slam, of course slamming Edge straps down and everything. Angle is just on fire. He's like, I'm going to the finale of this. That this time is absolutely on fire now, going for the ankle lock. Angle knows what's at stake, and what's at stake, of course, is the last time is now tournament. Edge reversing the ankle lock, throwing Kurt into that ambulance, but Edge deciding to not lay on the offense and in fact climb the ambulance. This is unusual for the AI to be doing this. I'm not controlling the match, by the way. Kurt deciding that he's going to join Edge on top of the ambulance, and Kurt going to throw. Oh god, Kurt throwing himself off of the ambulance, and Edge also throwing himself off of the ambulance. That's a holy shit moment if I've ever seen one. Edge following up with a spear. That has to be the end of this match. In fact, Kurt basically no-sold that, immediately getting back up. But what an insane spot. Kurt trying to throw Edge off of the ambulance and failing, and then getting a spear for his recompense. Edge calling Angle back up to his feet. Oh, potentially going for another spear, but no, going for that educator move. There's some form of edge something or other, but there's the spear. Edge taking down Angle with that spear. Taking the action back into the ring is not what I was expecting here. I was Edge going for that kind of hidden blade attack. I've never seen that before. I didn't realize that Edge can do a hidden blade attack, but I thought he was going for the spear, but no, going for that hidden blade attack and then throwing Angle back out of the ring. This could potentially be the end here for Kurt in this match. Edge throwing Angle into the ambulance here. He's trying his damnedest, but he's got to wait for the animation to play out. Kurt reversing it though, right? We're going to see some good back and forths here as these two know that they're fighting for the final match in John Cena's career. So neither one is going to give up that kind of title easily. Kurt actually being the first person to throw Edge. Well, there's only two people here, but Kurt going for the first attempt here, trying to close that ambulance door. He's not going to be able to though. I don't think. This is too long. It feels too long. Edge able to break out of the ambulance there pretty decisively actually. Didn't even get one door shut, never mind two. Kurt going for a second attempt here to put Edge in the back of that ambulance. A little bit more damage done, but I'm not sure it's enough. He could prove me wrong though. Oh, he gets the door shut. He gets one door shut. If Kurt can close this one door, if he can close the second door, no, he doesn't. Edge breaks out of the ambulance. this match continues. Angle slam almost into the ambulance. That would have been sick as hell if you could like land that in the ambulance. But no, Edge looking in a really, really bad spot here. That angle slam probably could take him out, especially with the fact that he was almost taken out there by that second door. That angle slam could have just solidified Kurt moving on in this tournament. We're going to attempt door 1 here. Angle with door 1, slams it shut. If he can slam the second door shut, he moves on in this tournament. Is he able to, though? You can see the marks on his back as he's trying to close this door, but I don't think he's going to be able to. Edge breaking out one more time. Edge is not going to give up this chance. Edge now throwing Kurt into the ambulance. I mean, a lot more damage has been done to Kurt in this match than Edge, so realistically, I mean, after all those spears and the hidden blades and the signatures, I think this could be it for Kurt. Kurt tried his damnedest, but I'm not sure he's going to be able to. Edge slamming the door shut, Edge getting the win here, which means that as much as Kurt has an absolute right to be John Cena's final opponent, he didn't unfortunately get the win here tonight. Edge was able to actually get Angle into the back of the ambulance. Congratulations to Edge for making it through to the quarterfinals of the Last Time Is Now tournament. Kudos to Angle for turning up, but it does mean that Edge will be facing one of either R-Truth or Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder. This is a Falls Count Anywhere match. That means that pretty much anything goes and the pinfalls can happen anywhere in the arena. Now, this is an AI match, so most likely the AI will probably just stay in the ring, but that's not the point. The point is that every single match in this tournament is randomized and it will have a special gimmick of some kind. Here we see the returning Matt Cardona, also known as Zack Ryder, against R-Truth. Of course, R-Truth having much history with John Cena. Of course, John Cena being his childhood favorite wrestler, even though I think they're the same age. Zack Ryder not having too much history with John Cena, but John Cena did famously steal his girlfriend, and when Zack Ryder was injured, he got wheeled off of the stage by Kane. So yeah, Zack did not have a great time with John Cena, but hey ho, shit happens, I suppose. For what it's worth about the actual WWE Last Time Is Now tournament, I personally actually don't mind the way that WWE has operated the tournament. I think the tournament to determine John Cena's final opponent is actually a really smart idea. I know that that's probably a hot take, an unpopular opinion, as it were, but I think it gives a lot of people the opportunity to kind of work with John Cena indirectly without John even being there. So the fact that the real life tournament is kind of this mix of like legends who have been involved with John and some who have never even like worked or met John, I think that's a really cool mix of people, especially with the idea of like having someone like a Javon Evans on there who hasn't been able to work with John, but is going to be able to kind of get the rub, as it were, being in the tournament. And that's kind of John's whole MO. John's whole thing is about giving the next generation the chance. Okay, that's what happened when John debuted. Kurt Angle gave him the chance in an open challenge to have basically a 5-star match on SmackDown, and that's essentially what gave Cena the chance to make it in the industry, and that's what Cena's looking to do with this tournament. In real life, I think it's like 16 people, given the chance 16 people to make their mark in the WWE and potentially having that final match with John. Of course, in the video game though, video game land here, we're able to just put 8 of the biggest Cena adversaries in a tournament to determine who could face Cena in his last match. So although I am offering a alternative look into what the tournament could look like, I just wanted to know that I actually do quite like what WWE's doing. This match is going to get extreme here, as R-Truth has brought the kendo stick into the play. He didn't actually use it though. The thing about Zack Ryder, you see it on his trunks, he's always ready, not even working for the company, and he's ready and raring to go into the Last Time Is Now tournament, ready to face any adversary, because he is, of course, always ready. It'd be a shame if this match ended on a very simple kendo stick strike, but R-Truth able to just kick out in time. Ryder cannot believe what he's seen, but that's not going to stop him from attempting a major move here. Ryder calling R-Truth to his feet. Are we going to see a Rough Rider onto the kendo sticks? He missed it, which is going to give R-Truth the opportunity to shift the momentum in his favor here. We're seeing a good back and forth match here between Zack Ryder and R-Truth, as now R-Truth getting jiggy with it as he strikes Ryder down with those sequence of strikes. Rough Ryder, absolutely out of nowhere, Rough Ryder to R-Truth. And is he always ready to get the win? Yes, he is. Zack Ryder, Long Island IC, moving on to the quarterfinals, and will be meeting Edge in the next round of this tournament. We are reigniting an old WrestleMania feud as CM Punk returns against Randy Orton. Like the previous match, this is also a Falls Count Anywhere match, meaning that anything goes and pinfalls can happen anywhere in the arena. We have CM Punk and Randy Orton squaring it off here in this match. This is a first round match, and CM Punk has a very well documented history. In fact, both these men have a very well documented history with John Cena. In fact, CM Punk owing much of his popularity to the Summer of Punk in 2011, I believe it was, and that was due to the fact that Punk was leaving the company. He was leaving the WWE, and he took the WWE Championship with him, beating John Cena at Money in the Bank, and of course leaving through the crowd, leaving for about 3 or 4 weeks, and then returning with the WWE Championship and having an amazing storyline with Cena all throughout the summer. Well, Cena and Alberto Del Rio all through the summer. But that doesn't end there. Cena and Punk have had many rivalries throughout their careers, just that being probably the most popular, famous one. Randy Orton, of course, having a very well documented history with John Cena over several years, but probably their most famous feud may be the kind of 2010-2011 feud that they had, which I think may have culminated in potentially the worst Iron Man match in history. I think it was at a Bragging Rights show. Bragging Rights was Raw versus SmackDown at the time. It was kind of a substitute, for Survivor Series. But yeah, there was like an hour-long Iron Man match, and it was pretty terrible, to be fair. Orton with the chair, throwing it straight at Punk's face. Orton playing the heel. He knows exactly what's up in this tournament. He knows that he needs to win this tournament to face Cena for one last time. And he's not stopping there. He's got that chair. He's going to keep waylaying Punk with that chair. He's going to go for a pinfall though. Ref out of position, unfortunately, giving Punk plenty of time to kick out of that pinfall maneuver. Orton rearranging the furniture. He looks like he's going to try and break that announce table. Let's see if he actually does or not. Of course, this is a Falls Count Anywhere match, so if there was a major announce table bump or other kind, just anything that happens outside of the ring, in the fans, in the tiers, like in the seating, in the outside the building, in the car park, who cares? It doesn't matter. If anywhere in the arena, anywhere in the world, this match can end with a pinfall anywhere on the globe. Referee out of position once more and forgetting how to count. Orton is definitely getting screwed here by this referee. I can't actually remember the circumstances for their match, but at WrestleMania 27, these two had a banger of a match. In fact, probably the match on, like, the best match of that card. These two went at it in an amazing just singles match. I believe Punk was part of Nexus at the time, or maybe just thereabouts. But I can't remember the context of the match. I'm sure someone in the comments will probably say why the match happened, but either way, it was a really good match, and I don't think it's talked about often enough when it comes to like Punk's WrestleMania matches and just how good that match was. Or even Orton. It's one of Orton's best matches as well, as Punk busts open Orton. Orton actually busts open Punk earlier on an earlier Luthez press attack, and now with that drop kick, Orton is now bleeding. So we've got two people who are just bleeding out in this match. There will be no survivors in this match. I don't know if body damage carries over between match to match, but that might be something to consider for the fact that this is a King of the Ring tournament technically. So the winner of this tournament goes on to face Cena, but like they have to make it to the end of the tournament first, and that's going to be a really hard thing to do if you're bloodied, bruised, and broken. RKO out of nowhere. I did not expect that. I was watching the match, but an RKO outside of the ring onto the kendo stick just about, but Punk just able to get his shoulder up. Orton bringing the kendo stick and Punk back into the ring and smashing that kendo stick over Punk's leg. Orton on the top rope. This never really happens. I don't remember the last time I saw Orton on the top rope, but that double axe handle does meet its mark. It was landed exactly where Orton intended for it to hit. Punk with the smart ring awareness though, moving to the outside of the ring. I mean, to be fair, ring awareness, that would in a normal match work, but considering this is Falls Count Anywhere, Punk leaving the ring does not give him any kind of advantage here as Orton stamps on the hand of Punk. And talking of stamps now, Orton targeting every single limb on Punk's body. Of course, this is Orton's signature. It's a close-up of his ass as well. Referee out of position once more, but going for the pinfall. That is going to be enough with the RKO earlier on and the signature stomps there. Orton progresses in this tournament. Congratulations are in order for Randy Orton for qualifying to the semi-finals of the last time it's in our tournament. He will be facing one of either AJ Styles, of course this is the house that AJ Styles built, or will it be the A-lister, The Miz? These two have quite a lot of history against John Cena, but before we even get into that, this match, oh man, this match could end right here. Never mind, Miz kicking out before even one. This match is a 15-minute Ironman match. I mean, nobody wants to see AJ Styles and The Miz in a 15-minute Ironman match, but here we are. We can at least talk a bit more about their histories, right? So The Miz, of course, has a storied history with John Cena and absolutely has a right to be in this tournament. The Miz main evented a WrestleMania with John Cena. Now, fair enough, is probably regarded as one of the worst WrestleMania main events in history, and ultimately was just a vehicle for the John Cena The Rock match to happen the next year, and Miz got knocked the fuck out in that main event match, but that doesn't matter. Of course, he made it through the match. You know, it's actually it's not a bad match. It's okay. I think ultimately it's a pointless match, and I think that might be what a lot of people have trouble with, because it is just ultimately a setup for Cena Rock next year. But a much stronger relationship here is John Cena and AJ Styles, and AJ Styles had an amazing 2016-2017 WWE title run where he was AJ Styles SmackDown was the house that AJ Styles built, and SmackDown was amazing at that time. It had people like Bray Wyatt, Dean Ambrose, John Cena, Shane McMahon. Like, it was a good show for a hot minute there, and I think AJ Styles was a big part of that when he had that WWE championship. I actually remember as well, there was like this, I can't remember who it was, but it was like AJ Styles, John Cena, and someone else in a triple threat match at No Mercy, and it opened the show, and it was so good. And yeah, just they had that Royal Rumble match as well. I can't remember what Royal Rumble it was, probably like 2017, probably, maybe 2018, I can't remember. But AJ Styles and John Cena just went to war in that match, and I can't remember, I remember reading something about how like they didn't even leave the ring, and I remember that being a big deal of like they had a main event match without even leaving the ring, and it was just awesome. It was great to see. The count here is up to 7, I believe. If it does go to a double count out, as Alicia Taylor's been shifted from her position. Oh no, Miz jumped out of the ring and broke up the count, so never mind. The count's been reset as these two fight, just by the commentators who apparently don't even care. Alicia Taylor and the Doctor have the right idea of moving out of the way, but the commentators didn't seem to care. AJ Styles calling The Miz up to his feet for a phenomenal forearm, landed with perfection. This could very well be the first fall in this Iron Man match, and oh, it isn't. The Miz kicks out just barely there. AJ Styles absolutely livid, but we have 8 minutes left on the timer here, plenty of time to get another fall should there need to be one. The Miz thrown up in the air and landing in a bad position with the Styles Clash. Don't know why I forgot the name of it there, but the Styles Clash there is going to solidify the first fall in this Iron Man match. So kudos to The Miz, but the first fall goes to AJ Styles. Miz now with a finisher, perhaps calling up... Oh, I thought he was going to go for the Skull Crusher finale, but instead goes for the figure 4. That could actually be a mistake. And it is a mistake, because AJ almost immediately turns that over and puts the pressure onto The Miz. Had he gone for that Skull Crushing finale, he could have actually probably got... I was going to say win the match, but there's 7 minutes left in the match regardless of who gets pinfalls, but The Miz could have at least even up here on this match. Saying that though, with the arm drag, AJ Styles getting a 3 count off an arm drag? Holy shit, this is going to be crazy. So that is 2-0 to AJ Styles as AJ goes for another diving forearm. We have just over 6 minutes left. 6 minutes left in this Iron Man match, and we'll see if The Miz can recover 2 pinfalls. Well, he needs to get 3 to win, but 2 pinfalls over AJ Styles is going to be a really tricky feat, especially when AJ is just running the house here, going for that diving crossbody. If he gets another pinfall, oh man, that could have been it. If AJ got a 3rd fall there, I think that would have been it. No way Miz could return from that. Saying that though, AJ Styles going for another phenomenal forearm. Miz, if you don't kick out of this, and I don't think he will, there is no chance that The Miz is coming back from that. That is a 3 count. AJ Styles is up 3-0. There's no way The Miz can come back at this point. I mean, Miz is going to try. He's going to go for a finisher. I thought he was going to go for a finisher, but no, he just goes for the strikes instead. I mean, nothing wrong with the strikes. The Miz calling AJ up. He went for that running knee. Of course, he learned that from Daniel Bryan. Didn't go for the pinfall off of it though. Again, that potential ring experience difference between AJ Styles and The Miz. AJ is definitely The Miz's senior by quite a few years, but The Miz going for that running psycho knee. He's now going for the yes kicks, but again, if he doesn't capitalize on these kicks, he's going to run out of time. He's got 5 minutes. He does take my advice. He goes for the pinfalls off of the yes kicks, and he's able to get the first fall. Miz again with the figure 4 leg lock. I don't think that's a good choice here. I think AJ is going to reverse it. Oh no, AJ taps. I did not actually expect tap there. That does mean now that we're at 3-2, so all of a sudden, I didn't expect this to happen, but all of a sudden now, The Miz is only 1 fall away from evening out, 2 falls away from winning. Wait a minute, is Miz going to go for what I think he's going to go for? Miz going for a springboard crossbody. I thought he was going to go for the phenomenal forearm there, but if he gets the pinfall here, he's going to even out on AJ Styles, and he does actually get the pinfall. We're 3-all. AJ, I did not expect The Miz to come back, but now we've got 4 minutes left. And really, just 1 pinfall can decide the whole thing. The Miz with a performance of a lifetime. I did not expect The Miz to get 3 falls in such short succession. And he's going for a skull-crushing finale. He nails it on AJ. This could be the 4th fall. 1, 2, and no, AJ just kicking out. Miz cannot believe what just happened. I also can't believe what just happened. AJ, though, he's smart. He knows their pinfall cannot happen outside the ring, so AJ rolls out of the ring. The Miz now needs to work really hard for the next 3 minutes to get at least 1 pinfall on AJ here. And likewise with AJ, he's got to get 1 more pinfall on The Miz to get the win here, because we are 3 apiece. The count now at 6, of course. I mean, a win's a win, right? Honestly, a count out would get you the pinfall, or would get you the point anyway. It's now at 7 though. Oh, Miz going for that A-list DDT. And he nails it on AJ. If Miz gets into the ring at 9, and he does, I think Miz has just chanced himself. Okay, Miz was on the top rope, so I'm not sure if that actually counted or not. It may have. But yeah, The Miz may have just won this match in the most heel way possible. He may have just got his 4th fall by countout. And now AJ's got 2 minutes left to win this match, or at least to even out. If it goes into sudden death, it goes into sudden death, man. I can't believe, I'm actually flabbergasted. I've ran out of words to describe how crazy this has been. I did not expect, well, I wasn't looking forward to a 50-minute armor match between The Miz and AJ Styles, but I did not expect The Miz to even out so well, and now he's actually at, 4-3. So The Miz is actually winning this match. Going for a top rope Hurricane Rana. He's just wasting time now. He's absolutely just wasting time. Although saying that, he could get another. He's cheating again. Come on, ref. Come on, ref. He's on the ropes. Referee. That is unbelievable. The Miz knows that he can cheat to win. He did it. Well, he didn't necessarily cheat, but he knew that it was a cheap way of winning that point with the ring count out. And here he is using the ropes on that pinfall to score a bonus point. So essentially, it's now 5-3, I believe. If that countout didn't count towards The Miz's points, that pinfall definitely did. And I cannot believe that's where we're at now. Miz going for another figure 4 leg lock with 40 seconds left on the clock. Can AJ break out of this submission, or is he going to tap? Oh, I don't know what happened there, but Miz actually let go of it, I think. Again, The Miz is just wasting time. The Miz just has to waste time, and he wins. AJ Styles calling Miz up to his feet, 10 seconds left. Even if he does hit the Styles Clash, which he doesn't because the Miz reverses it, even if he did hit that Styles Clash, I don't think he would be able to recoup the points there. The Miz attacking AJ past the clock as well. Boo this man, boo. The Miz progresses on to our semi-finals and will be facing Randy Orton. But before that, we have the Rated R Superstar going up against always ready Zack Ryder in none other than a Hell in a Cell match. Sorry, it's going to be a little bit hard to see into the cage because, you know, this game doesn't handle the cage very well for spectator matches. But Matt Cardona, Zack Ryder representing the Indies here, representing GCW essentially, against AEW's Rated R Superstar Adam Copeland. It's actually kind of crazy when you think about it that our tournament has actually ended up with two interpromotional matches with AEW versus WWE and then independent versus WWE, and it culminates here in AEW versus the Indies on a WWE show in a Hell in a Cell. That's something. I have to say controversially that I really dislike the way that Hell in a Cell matches play in these modern games. Breaking out the cage is such a farce. Here we see Edge and Ryder attacking each other outside of the cage, and it's just so boring. Like, they can only do 2 moves to each other. They keep blocking each other, they keep blocking each other. Just break out the cage and do something. Like, I just hate the way that this works. The fact that you can't leave the cage through the door anymore, the fact that you have to do multiple moves to break the panels, it's like, come on, just, why is it like that? Just let us do it, you know? Just let us get out of the cage. That's the whole point of the match. The action goes back into the ring eventually after just completely stupid back and forth over the staircase. Edge with the execution DDT, but Ryder able to get his shoulder up just in the nick of time, surviving in this Hell in a Cell match, but that's not going to be enough for Edge. Edge hitting the corner, and we all know what that means. Edge calling for the spear, and he nails the spear. Unfortunately, it looks like Ryder's time has come to an end as Edge, oh, never mind. I really thought that was going to be it there. Ryder always ready, kicking out of that spear. Edge going for like a reverse kind of figure 4. I don't know what to call that, but he's gone for it. He wasn't able to get the submission though. He had to break it off. Edge calling Ryder to his feet, going for that, jumping DDT, busting Ryder open, and honestly, drilling him down on his head like that is sick, and that is enough for Edge to get the win on Zack Ryder. Zack Ryder, good job. Thank you for coming, but not enough, unfortunately. So we know now that the Rated R Superstar Edge is going to the finals to try and face John Cena. But will he be facing Randy Orton, or will he be facing the A-lister, The Miz? Orton and Miz here. The crowd very firmly in the corner of Orton. This is no ordinary match. It may look ordinary to you, but this is in fact a last man standing match, and Miz going for that Psycho knee, immediately channeling Daniel Bryan against Randy Orton. Of course, Randy Orton and Daniel Bryan do have a storied history together, so it makes sense that The Miz was able to use some of Daniel Bryan's offense here on Orton when he least expected it. Of course, now we know the winner of this match goes on to face Edge in the finals of the Last Time Is Now tournament. So the winner of that match will go on to face Cena in his final match at the end of this video, and we'll see if Cena, really the question ultimately is whether Cena can win his last match or not. Right now the competition is fierce because he's going against potentially Orton, Edge, or The Miz. And by the way, I am not controlling the game. Here are my hands. I am not controlling the game. There's The Miz doing his thing. So the AI has chosen Edge to continue on this tournament. And I can't believe I'm going to say this, but it might actually be The Miz. The Miz is doing some crazy damage here to Orton in this tournament. Of course, the last man standing match is no disqualification, and Orton bringing in the kendo stick, but immediately feeling the pain as The Miz goes for that DDT, that swinging DDT, and he taunts to the crowd here as the referee starts the count. But Orton was not down for long. The Miz, though, I think has a finisher, so you gotta watch out for that. Although this, if he goes for the, this is gonna be vintage Orton with that draping DDT. Orton knows it's time almost. Orton going for a badly timed taunt with The Miz behind him though. The Miz did not capitalize on that. I waited for him to turn around, potentially going for the Skull Crusher finale though. I was saying earlier that if the Miz was to go for the figure 4, it wouldn't actually account for anything because pinfalls don't do shit in this match. Orton with the RKO there and then called for the Miz to get back up, so he wasn't able to actually get a count in there. So that may have been a mistake from Orton because that RKO could have potentially ended the match. RKO out of nowhere once more. The RKO has like no build up in this game whatsoever. I love the animation for it because it just happens. There's no like preamble or anything. It just comes out, it literally comes out of nowhere. Orton posing as he knows this could be the end of the match. That RKO has probably, very probably knocked the Miz clean out, and that's a 10 count. Orton gets the win and is progressing to the finals of the Last Time Is Now tournament. This is what it has all come down to, the finals of the Last Time Is Now tournament. Edge, the Rated R Superstar representing AEW, versus the Apex Predator, Randy Orton. The winner of this match will go on to face John Cena in his final match. This is what it has all come down to, and the game has chosen this to take place in an Iron Man match. So 15 minutes of action here as Edge and Orton recreate the greatest wrestling match of all time. I don't know if you guys remember that, but a couple of years ago during COVID, there was the WrestleMania Backlash match between Orton and Edge, and it was the greatest wrestling match ever, apparently. What a weird marketing spin on that one. I don't know why they chose that. We have 12 minutes to spare here. The action has spilled outside of the ring. Of course, there is a count out. We saw The Miz use it to great advantage in the last match. He was able to get basically the winning fall off of it. Edge perhaps not willing to take the same opportunity though, going for the most insane dive ever. Edge landing, oh, there we are. Edge, I was gonna say Edge landing badly on that kind of whatever that springboard lariat kind of move that he went for outside the ring, but he went for a coffin drop off the middle rope there and he whiffed it entirely. He missed. So Orton is able to take advantage here, but we have not had a fall yet. And count out, our double count out, would not have any fall with the RKO. Orton lured Edge into a false sense of security, getting back into the ring with the RKO, but Edge able to get the shoulder up just in time. Orton not having the first fall as of yet. So we have 10 minutes left on the clock, no falls as of yet, and very equal kind of damage. I don't think any person has more momentum than anyone else at this point, and as they both roll out the ring. I don't feel like anyone's in the lead here. Maybe Edge might have a finisher. It's hard to tell. We don't have the HUD up. It looks like he may have a finisher. I'm not really sure. That could, in fact, he may have just went for a finisher, signature, which means he definitely has a finisher. But if he gets Orton back in the ring, which is what he's planning to do here, he could potentially hit that finisher. Let's find out if he does. I think he does. He's going for the spear. If he goes for the spear and he nails it, which he does, he could potentially get the first fall here. 1, 2. Oh, and Orton able to kick out. So there we are there. Essentially one apiece here. Orton hitting the RKO and Edge immediately kicking out. Or not immediately, but kicking out just before the 3 count. And then we see the same here with the spear. Orton with the comeback, hitting 2 clotheslines and the 3rd power slam. Orton is on fire as he calls for Edge to get back to his feet for the RKO, going for the pinfall combination. Hopefully not a rope break. Technically it is a rope break, but the ref hasn't spotted it. Edge losing to that RKO, meaning that Orton gets the first pinfall here with 8 minutes remaining, but Orton's not done. Orton is not done yet. He has got a vintage DDT in the wings, ready to go. Dropping Edge down on that surgically repaired neck. That is some brutal stuff from Orton, but I mean, to be fair, this is Orton we're talking about. Nothing is below Orton as a second RKO hits the video. That's going to be another solid 3 count for Orton, and all of a sudden now it's 2-0 to Orton. Just under 7 minutes remaining on the clock here as Edge regains momentum. I don't think he's going to be able to get the pinfall for this, but you never know. Iron Man matches are weird, they have weird rules, but no, he wasn't able to get the pinfall off of that. That was a pretty insane sequence to happen though, with Orton getting the pinfall off of the RKO and then immediately hitting the comeback to get the second fall. I mean, the comeback to it could indicate that Orton's health is very low, but even still, I'm not sure Edge is in the same position where he'd be able to hit a finisher, comeback, finisher, and then get 2 pinfalls. Even then, Edge will need to get 3 falls to win now, and I'm not going to count him out because earlier on, The Miz was able to do this solidly in his Iron Man match. Orton taps off of the crossface there, so even, I mean, there we are, we're 1-2 already, so with over 5, another spear, a spear out of nowhere, you could say, that might even get the second pinfall, and it does. So there we are, they're now even up with 5 minutes to spare. Oh my god, another spear out of nowhere. Don't know where that spear came from, but that has to be a third fall, and much like the match earlier on, the shift is unbelievable. We now have Edge at 3 and Orton at 2. Oh, and Edge does not submit on that submission attempt. But that just goes to show, and we got the strikes here, I don't remember what it's called, but the strikes minigame. Let's see who comes out on top here as these two men are just chopping the hell out of each other. Orton taunting Edge as Edge goes for a slap this time. Oh, Orton also giving back a slap of his own. Edge reversing, Orton reversing. This is unbelievable. These two men will just not give up. They know what's at stake, and what's at stake is the final match of John Cena's career. Who's going to get the upper hand? Orton gets the upper hand. Orton could potentially get a good string of falls here if he pins off of the submission. Oh, he didn't. Not the submission, the signature attempt. He didn't go for the pinfall off of the vintage DDT, but he does go for an RKO, which means that Edge is most likely going to stay down for this attempt, which I think means they're now 3 apiece. I think they've evened out. A surprise RKO out of nowhere. I don't know where Orton's getting these RKOs, but he has them in the chamber, and there we are. We now have 5 and 3 for Orton, I believe. It's hard to keep track of these falls, but I mean, Orton is definitely in the lead with these pinfalls. I don't know where that second RKO came from, but he obviously just had it waiting. I did not expect Edge to get another pinfall there. This is unbelievable. I just had to put the HUD on to double check. Oh, Edge with another spear taking Orton off of the apron there. I had to check. We got 3 minutes left, and they are actually 4 apiece. I don't know where I got 5 from, but yeah, they are now 4 apiece. Edge with that diving DDT, that to the outside of the ring, no less. That is what defeated Zack Ryder in their Hell in a Cell match. Oh my god, Edge channeling Christian with the unprettier on the outside of the ring, but stamina plays a factor here. Edge unable to capitalize because of the tiredness. Of course, they have been wrestling for, 12, 13 minutes. Edge with this spear though, that could potentially put Edge at 5 points, and it does, which means it's now 5-4 to Edge. Orton needs to capitalize. Orton needs to come back, and this could be his opportunity here. Orton is not playing about. He went for the armbar, but Edge with the rope break managed to get his toes touching the ropes there to break up that armbar submission. Orton, I appreciate you playing to the crowd, but you've got 1.5 minutes to win this match. You need to get 2 pinfalls in just over a minute, and that is not an easy feat, especially on someone like Edge, who is a former WWE champion. Forgive my ignorance, but I actually don't know if he has been AEW champion or not. Edge with another spear. I think that has to be it. That has to be it for Edge, for Orton. Edge is now like 6-4 or something against Orton, and Orton has a minute left. There is no way. I hate to kind of count him out, but I mean, there's no way surely he's going to come back from this. Edge just doing moves to waste time here. He knows that if he holds Orton on those ropes for as long as he can, then Orton has less time to come back from. Edge taking his time lifting Orton, absolutely slow as hell, lifting Orton to his knees and then hitting that big boot. Again, Edge knows what he's doing. He's the master manipulator. He's the ultimate opportunist. He knows exactly what he's doing. He's wasting time. He's wasting everyone's time as 20 seconds remains on the clock. Less than that, 10 seconds now. Orton is stunned, and you may as well ring the bell now because there is no way that Orton is coming back, which means that Edge has presumably progressed. Orton, let him down. Orton may not have heard the bell there. By sheer coincidence, the Rated R Superstar Edge from AEW has, in fact, made it all the way to the end of the tournament, which means that he is facing John Cena in his final match ever. This is what it has all come down to. The final match of John Cena's career. The last time is literally now. There are no more tries, there are no more attempts, there are no more matches after this. Cena versus Edge in the main event of Saturday night's main event. The crowd is chanting for Cena. They know that this is the last time they will be seeing Cena in the squared circle in a wrestling capacity. Who's to say Cena won't appear in a non-wrestling capacity sometime in the future? But either way, Cena and Edge going at it. This is like a bear hug situation. I don't know what's going on here. Cena proving he can wrestle with a takedown there. Edge trying to get the upper hand here, but no, Cena wrenching on the head. Of course, Edge has been through so much in this tournament to get to this position. Defeating Kurt Angle in an ambulance match, defeating Zack Ryder in a Hell in a Cell match, and then beating Randy Orton in an Iron Man match. Edge, nobody can say Edge did not deserve this match. He's been through the ringer, he's gone to war, and he's came out the victor. And here he is trying to defeat Cena in Cena's last match. Cena not doing as well as I would have expected. Perhaps the emotion of his final match is taking over here. Realistically, Edge has nothing to gain from the passing of the torch, as it were. Edge is already a main eventer to the highest degree and has absolutely nothing to gain from beating Cena here in this match. But Cena living up to his moniker, never giving up. Even if he is on the losing end here, he's going to fight till the final bell. And that's exactly what we're seeing here as the two of them are trading blows. I remembered what the minigame's called now. They are trading blows. Cena has absolutely nothing to lose. Whether he wins or loses tonight, this is his final match in the WWE. Edge has also nothing to lose. He's already an established legend. Dirt sheets are wondering all around the world why this match is even happening. Cena and Edge back in the ring here with the Irish whips. Cena under, Cena over, going for the shoulder bars. That's one of the 5 moves of doom right there. Cena hitting the top rope for a mega 5-knuckle shuffle, but missing it, unfortunately, and getting bitch slapped by Edge for a punishment there for even trying it. Edge, though, going for the spear. I think this might be it for Cena, unfortunately. Well, he's a little bit too close, though. I think Cena lucked out there. He actually got up too close to Edge, so he wasn't able to get the spear. That diving dropkick did actually bust open Cena, but not enough to get the pinfall. Edge, if you want to win, man, you've got to go for that spear. You got to earn the win. Oh, and Cena reverses the DDT, he reversed the spear into the DDT. Cena going for a cheeky pinfall there, but Edge kicking out at 1. Definitely not enough damage done to Edge to warrant a pinfall at this point. But it's so cool of Cena, even in his final match, he could have just accepted the loss. He could have just taken the spear and moved on. But no, he has to fight back. He has to. And he defended against that spear. I thought he was calling Edge back up to his feet for an attitude adjustment, but it doesn't seem to be the case. Cena may be bleeding, he may be bruised, he may be speared and all the other things that have happened to him in this match, but he's not giving up. Again, living up to his age-old moniker. This is what Cena's all about. If you want to get that win, you got to earn it. Death will have Cena when death earns it. And Edge has not earned the right to pin Cena yet. Cena pumping up the shoes. What's he going for? Oh, he's running into that corner. Oh, he was going to go for a knee swipe there, but he didn't. He wasn't able to hit it, unfortunately. Cena, though, still maintaining that Edge should be in the corner. I don't know what he should be in the corner for. Cena wants to have Edge in the corner for some reason. Big flapjack from Edge. It'd be very disappointing if that is the end of the match. It's not, though. Cena kicking out Edge is absolutely livid with that result. Edge is calling Cena up for the hidden blade, kind of. He was calling Cena up one more time, perhaps for... Oh, this is for his comeback move. If Edge hits the comeback, though, he gets a finisher. The educator? I don't know, that face plant, that might be it. I mean, that... Oh, Cena, of course, kicking out. I should not doubt Cena. Cena always finds a way. He always finds a way to muster the strength and power within. He knows that the WWE Universe is hanging on to every single move, and he's not going to let them down. He's not going to let them down by having a bad match. He's not going to let them down by losing this match. But unfortunately for Cena, this may not be a choice he controls. Edge may win this match, although not with a dive like that. This could be it. Most wrestlers do go out on their shield at the end of their career. Oh, no, Cena deciding not to do the attitude adjustment, but climbing the ropes instead. Going for a double axe handle, did not expect that. As I was going to say, most wrestlers go out on their shield, they lose their last match because it's a passing of the torch, as it were. You're giving the other person a major win on your way out. But who's to say that Cena is like that? Cena wants to win this match. He wants to go down in the history books as the greatest of all time. And can he really be the greatest of all time if Edge defeats him here? Cena with a modified Boston Crab there. Of course he is from, or not a Boston Crab, whatever it's called. Accolade or whatever Sergeant Slaughter used to do. Camel Clutch. Cena's actually bleeding so heavily now that the ring mat is stained with blood. You can see the mat outside the ring also dripping with blood now. You can see the bruises forming on the back of Edge and Cena as well. The two have just gone to war here in this final match. Cena with the attitude adjustment. I couldn't even get the words out of my mouth, but that could be it. We're pretty deep in this match. Edge, though, Edge kicking out. I did not expect that. I thought Cena was going to go for the SDF there, but no. Edge kicking out of the attitude adjustment out of nowhere. But that's not going to stop Cena. It's not going to stop him. There really isn't much more in the tank here for Cena. Cena's blood is all over the ring mat. It's all over his face. And Edge going for the spear and Cena reversing it into a DDT. Is he going to try and go for that pinfall once again? No, he's not going for it, but he's signaling for the end. It's the 5-knuckle shuffle. You can't see me. There we are. That is a smack and a half. He's going to go for the pinfall off the 5-knuckle shuffle. I mean, that might be enough. 1, 2, 3. And John Cena wins his final match against AEW's Edge. It may not be the picture book ending that many people were expecting, or it may be exactly what you're expecting, but John Cena gets the win in his final match ever, and he now gets to ride off to the sunset, a victor in the history books, the greatest of all time, the Never Seen 17. With that being said, that is us for today. Thank you so much for watching my version of the Last Time Is Now tournament. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed some of the people that I chose, and the outcome I did not expect, but with Cena you never really know what's going to happen. So again, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, please consider liking and subscribing, because it helps push the channel out to as many people as possible, especially into the new year where we are making new style of videos. Thank you so much for watching. I hope you have a great week, and I hope you enjoy John Cena's real retirement coming up in just a few weeks. But that is us for today. Thank you so much for watching. Bye for now.